We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ulti TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Ulti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
I'm Stefan Rapazzo, and I was told that Windmill is at a stage where it's impossible to win as a pickup team. Well, I beg to differ. In fact, I insist to differ. This year, 8 national teams, many vying for medals at the upcoming World Championships. This Windmill, the elite preparation tournament for the mixed division. Some elite American club teams and elite European club teams. And all that said, I know that my team is going to rip the limbs from each and every one of these teams. Make them wish they never stepped on the same pitch as us. SuperTeam is going to dominate. That's why we have our own stream, the SuperStream, that you can watch every single one of our games on Ulti TV. You want more info? Get on our Instagram page, TOKAY SuperTeam. Follow along and your collective jaws will drop while you agree with me and say, yeah, this team cannot be stopped. TOKAY SuperTeam. We are back Saturday morning at Windmill into the last round of the round robin on the TOKAY SuperStream. Next opponent, next up to the whipping post, France will take on the TOKAY SuperTeam. Thanks for joining us on Ulti TV. I'm Stefan Rapazzo, happy to be alongside Rahel Toshnerova today. Rahel, how are we?
We are very well once we turn on the mics. Welcome to day 2 of Windmill Windup, last round of the Swiss draw. Steph, I am impressed so far by the little entourage you've brought with you this year.
Yeah, thank you. I've been very impressed too. It's been a little bit of a worry along the way. Not a worry, but like a wonder. Like, okay, everything's in place. Is this actually going to work now? And so far, yes. But SuperTeam's still the number 2 seed in the rankings right now. It's France who has been doing just the same, getting through everyone. They are winning big and winning consistently just the same. So this is the clash of the Titans in the mixed division thus far. And seeming like some may believe that this is a preview to the final. Some might.
Well, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here and say that I am hoping for France to take this one, just so that we can have that little bit of an extra feeling of anticipation before the actual final stages of the tournament.
The other thing that would be good, even if it was a preview, this is a shortened game, and of course the results are even more random. Anything can happen in a shortened game. 45 minutes. For all of you at home watching, it was torrential this morning. We woke up to rain pattering on our nylon tents, some in hotels.
We heard the thunderstorms through the windows anyway.
Yes, and so the fields were moved first. We're now on turf. You'll see SuperStream is moved, and of course it was delayed as the little Mr. Aaron Toshti is reaching out and agreeing that yes, it was delayed. But we are now on schedule, on a new schedule. 45 minutes of action coming straight up. France versus the TOKAY Super Team. Reigning champs, of course, dripping in talent and chemistry. But coming up against, I mean, you talk about dripping in talent, the TOKAY Super Team, just riddled with talent from top to bottom. They are finding some form. Let's see how much they will fall into here. This will be the biggest test after Italy yesterday.
So let me just talk shortly about the matchup with Italy. TOKAY Super Team winning by 2 points, I believe that one. When we go back to the France-Italy matchup that was on the stream as well yesterday, France ended up winning by 2 over Italy with a little assist of Irene Scazzieri of the Italian team on the last score. But here we start with the first point of the game.
Levka Volchak, and there was a hand on that one. Mikkel looking at this French zone, scoobers over to Slusta. Had Tognetti, but wisely goes back to Zoo. Now Molnar. Quick moving zone finds Ducran on the far sideline. Ducran goes back to Molnar. Molnar looks the up line and finds a nice space for Jimmy Mikkel. Mikkel fakes a couple big ones, then goes, shovels it into the guts of Zoo. Zoo pushes forward. Volchak. Volchak now looks into the dump space. Mikkel goes up with 2 hands, zips one. Ooh, fancy grab by Tobit Ducran. Does well to hang on. Mikkel to the corner, but misses. And the French celebrate. They get a turn on the first possession.
Wow, it's going to be a very, very different game to what would normally be the case, I think. This is a very small field. It's almost indoor-like, I would say, plus the turf, plus the delay, plus the short time frame. It almost reminds me of WCC back in 2018, was it? Where the finals had to be played out indoors due to weather conditions. But anyway, France stuck in the far corner.
Get one out to Eva Borneau. Out of trouble for one. Now Forget. Forget goes inside, gets Borneau. Borneau tries to go around, not able to. Second time, finds Schmidt. Schmidt now in his end zone.
Not much happening in the open side for France right now. They really need to squeeze it in through the break side, moving their marks effectively.
Borneau gives an opening to Ruel behind, and Ruel does get it again. Simon Ruel finds Schmidt. The deep shot goes up, and it looks like it'll work. Forget is there. Forget finds Ruel, Forget, and then Schmidt. Schmidt goes high. Forget is there, and the French take a huge break to open the scoring.
What a point! The France had a couple of chances to chuck it deep early on at the start of the first part of the field, but they were hesitant and waited perfectly for the absolutely great cut and an even more excellent throw from Schmidt. That floated really well and was luckily for them fast enough to make it there on time before the defenders could get there, and then some little bit of some patient end zone offense, and the first break of the game is here.
So France open up the way they would have liked to, with a big break, as you say. The throw from Schmidt really what opens things up. Here it is again. There's the scoring throw from Schmidt. He finds Forget twice in the point, and the French are fired up. Forget, one of 4 added to the team that was not on the team in Limerick for EUC.
A great addition, clearly. Great chemistry with Schmidt. Love to see these youngsters making their mark by being absolutely ruthless with their throws and with their game decisions. Not always so conservative and not always sticking to the plan, but just making it work.
So second pull lands for Slusta's pickup. White. And they'll look at a zone here. White to Volchak. Volchak, Ducran. The Kran finds Slusta right into Volchak. The Kran finds Slusta. Now Vestman. Vestman back to the Kran. Volchak. And just kept off the turf by Ducran. And then dropped behind, the throw behind. And a second break chance for the French.
Just a little bit of too much eagerness from SuperTeam there. They were going through the zone very easily. It is a game that suits Lusta. Another deep shot from France, straight for the end zone. They get up high.
Nice reception there, Benji Fenrich, and finishes it off. The French, 2 in a row, both chasing bulls. SuperTeam in the biggest hole they've seen this week by far, down 2-0 to start the game.
No respect there from France. You can definitely tell that the French national team has participated in some world tournaments recently where they have been able to face international competition, including the North American teams. And it does help so much from the mental perspective, because then when you come down here and you just see the same people that you have played against before, and you know that you've been able to score against them, you've been able to break them, gives you an immense amount of mental preparation and energy that you can use towards your advantage. So it's no surprise that the teams will go into a timeout. I don't know if Steph is going to take one out here, but we're going to take a quick break in the commentary booth ourselves.
We'll be right back. Yeah, we got to be better than that, SuperTeam. Please move right back to the fence line if you're on this sideline. Back at it, 2-0. The French out big in front, 2 breaks, and they put SuperTeam in an early hole.
Well, I think this is exactly what SuperTeam needs if they're going to show that they are capable of what they've come here to achieve. And I'm sure that they have made some clear adjustments in the huddle there. So let's see what they come up with in this next point.
Well, that's one new thing. Valeria Cardenas has taken the field. And we've had an out-of-bounds call on the far sideline.
Schmidt on fire.
Turnover. And SuperTeam not being able to get anything going their way at all. When they finally get some string of passes, they end up with a back heel on the sideline. Barentin fires one, and Rico gets in the way. Help defense, over ambitious there. First mistake the French have made with the discant hand.
French sticking with the zone that has worked effectively for them in the first 2 points of the game.
Charles to Cardenas. De Cran back to Charles and to Tulin. Beaudry. And Ruan gets a hand in the middle and knocks another one away.
It is a small, narrow field. The zone will work very effectively, especially with those long limbs of the French male matching defenders.
Schmidt fakes the big one, then gives one incoming to Bourneau. Bourneau goes high. Berthet is there. Berthet on the doorstep. Forget goes into the dump space. 50 on 50. Forget now puts one up. It gets touched twice and just kept out of the end zone. Cardenas does the job there. There's one deep. No shot taken. Beguer goes to Shaw.
Great effort by Coyne there on the defense. Doesn't look like...
Audrey takes Chile.
Two people in the deep space now.
Chule to Shaw. Now Chule again. Beguer. Surveying options. Pops to land with the grab. Now Chule. Chule fakes the big. Nothing again. Big fake. Zips one to Baudry. Still not in. Yes, in. The TOKAY super team have marked a point on the board.
Interesting take on this point by SuperTeam. They've had several times some mismatches downfield that I thought could have been exploited. Instead, they choose to go the conservative way and make sure they find each other in the handler space, find the open spaces behind the first cup. I think it's not a bad approach in terms of we need to figure out where everybody is standing and what we can afford in terms of these short passes. How far can the defenders reach? How far can't they reach? And they can always take the riskier, flashier shots later in the game when they're comfortable getting there slowly, so to speak. So first point on the board for SuperTeam. They are making sure that the gap doesn't get any bigger.
Yeah, that could have got scary if there was one more the other way, but closing the gap, putting one on the board. A lot of hard work to put that point in. The French are making things very difficult out there. The narrow field favors the zone. Let's see what SuperTeam do now that they've got their defense on the field. How we doing in the chats here? Where are you watching from? Let us know. Make sure you hit that like button. Give us subscribe. First thing in the morning, well, first game in the morning.
We're obviously hoping to get many, many more of you than yesterday, given that it's not working hours anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So just feel free to have us on all day long, en salon for friends.
And a zone from the SuperTeam. Ancelin goes into the corner. Olivier and Ancelin exchange. Then Fouquet comes into the zone. She's working hard. Ancelin covered up hard by Cardenas in the midst. Then Wojciechowski to Lacoste. Wojciechowski looks around again. Olivier and Ancelin. Ancelin goes big yards forward. Fouquet up the line. Zakolski puts it in. I think they're happy with that, not sure. Yes, goal. Succumbs to 3-1. The French respond.
Another lovely piece of mixed ultimate from France. What I really appreciate about these French teams is that the rosters are built so expertly. Even though they are a mix of young and experienced players, and they have all different clubs and all different parts of France represented, they just make it work. I think the mixed division is something that has become really a staple for France, and it's just really, really fun to watch, very enjoyable. So that zone, despite those great efforts, especially by Cardenas as the mid in the first cup, didn't really prove too difficult for them just yet.
No, French made Swiss cheese out of that one. But, I mean, stifled for a moment at the start. I did like the way Valeria crashed and hung on to Ancelin for a full sequence there, but it did really expose other holes in doing as much. Zone's going to have to be better than that or try another defense if you're going to get some breaks back, or break opportunities back even.
The wind not too bad, the weather actually quite enjoyable for ultimate. Not too hot, not too cold. little bit of wind, no rain currently. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, we had our share this morning. Mikkel will bring the disc to the brick mark. Volchak to Mikkel to Zoo. Zoo to Mikkel. Tognetti. White. Oh, White roofs two of his ex-teammates. Is no good. Ruel and Fenris get the wrong side of a Joe White sandwich there. The meat takes the goods in that one, and Joe White puts one on the board, taking that one up for the owl sleep.
What an assist from Zoo. This angle was always on the entire time the zone was put up. None of the handlers decided to go for it, and then Zoo, once she got it on the sideline, she saw him streaking for the end zone, and she placed it so well, and obviously White getting up really, really high for that one, but it did look pretty effortless. So
you're right, a beautiful read by Joe White, but the throw, you were spot on. Zoo really just liked her matchup there, knew who she was throwing to, put it in the right spot. We're going to take a break here too and be back with more action after this timeout.
Yeah, look, all of my friends going crazy. I gotta brag on myself.
Back in action after the Joe White sky on the TOKAY SuperTeam hold. It's 2-3. SuperTeam still playing from behind. The French with 2-break advantage. Tushnetova, how many windmills have you been to?
I was trying to remember, but my brain has recently rebooted to a 2.0 version.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I think I had to clear my RAM.
Okay.
So
going
some
back
of
into those
these
memory banks are clouded.
Yes. Well, my first memory anyway is with Sky Magazine and my first commentary gig, which was in 2013. And I actually played in the final as well.
Oh, wow.
Of that one, yeah. Have been in one more final since, and still hoping for some more later on in my career that will extend long into my 60s.
Baby. Into Rahel playing in the 60s. Our first look at Mr. Nasser Vogel, and he gets his good friend Joe White on the coverage. That one out to Płotsakolski, Tognetti on the mark. Vogel goes back. Benvenien. Nice stall count, gets one out to Olivier. Olivier goes to Lacoste. Lacoste, far sideline. Winds up and hasn't given it now. Płotsakolski right on that line, planted. And high stall count, goes for it. Nasser with the bailout catch. Nass trying to break the mark, goes up the middle and gets Lacoste, the youngster. Great matchup, those two. Lacoste finds Boyon, low throw, nice pickup by Olivier. Olivier trying to get through, and Fowler breaks the door down and is in. Zoo is going to help him out, but hung one up, and Nasser has a chance to get it back, and he does, and Vogel with the D.
So our first look at France's offense. It's gotten a little wobbly, but they get it right back deep shot goes up. He recognizes the free space. Last third of the field for France.
Matthias has a look. Matthias now goes to the dump space. Mb Vogel, and a stall count has been called.
I'm not actually sure what the call is going to be, but it looks like the disc will go back in any case. Stall out.
Stall out, conceded. Joe White walked to the disc.
Second break chance, Tognetti going deep.
Joe had a good think about it, didn't like the throw in the end. White has a streaker, Volchak comes under. Tognetti makes a heck of a catch. Tognetti low to Slusta. Slusta looks up and sees White. White surveys. Oh, and White misfire. And that one goes right across the pitch and into the ground.
Woof, what an intense point. Loving that Slusta Lacoste matchup. Two youngest players on the field, most probably. Both still eligible at least 2 years ago at JJUC in Wrocław.
Watzikowski goes center to Laci. Laci to Matthias. She leads Lacoste. The throw is on, and they're in the end zone once again. 4-2, the French stay ahead.
Incredibly impressive. It's always so great. I mean, Lacoste here on the receiving end, but when you think about the fact that she is one of the main handlers on a French national team, and I don't know exactly how old she is, but like I said, 2 years ago in Wrocław, she was still at junior level, so...
She's 18 years old.
She's 18, wow. I mean, the same probably goes for Schmidt, right? And a couple of other people on the French national team.
Camille Blanc is another one that is a proper junior playing on this team.
I mean, just it's so impressive and so great to see. I just hope they are able to keep, we were talking about yesterday on the stream about the youngsters, the Gen Z taking breaks from Ultimate when they get burned out, you know. I was like, how's that a thing?
Poor little things.
Anyway, so yeah, let's hope that these players will be motivated enough by their own performance here to keep playing and deliver entertainment to your screens for a really, really long time. It's always also fun to see players develop and appear in different roles. I'm not sure where else you can proceed from an O-line handler, but coaching on the sideline.
Coaching, water boy, water person. Cardenas and Chulet pick up and get going. Becker joins. Cardenas zips to Chulet. Chulet, high stall count, feeds to Baudry. She makes an athletic play, puts herself back in bounds. Baudry swipes away, doesn't like the first option, looks for center, gets Chulet. Chulet waiting for something, Cardenas is there. Cardenas likes Chulet, nice look there, and finishes to Baudry. And the Super Team, that's maybe their best looking offensive possession of the day.
Nice point by Super Team. I did feel like I saw a little bit of traveling, but it might be also the really short and slippery artificial grass that the game is being played out on. In any case, it was wonderful movement in between the handlers. What I'm really impressed with is how tight the defense was, and look at that casual put there in the end zone for Baudry.
Have we got another timeout on the field? I think we must.
I guess the coaches must have come up with something super interesting that they have seen in the last point that they want to communicate to the teams respectively immediately?
We must discuss this, unless there's a timed half, but I don't believe there is. There's 25 minutes have expired. That means about 20 remain in this shortened round.
I mean, it is very much like an indoor game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
the field is a little bit smaller, this field. It's had to be squeezed in.
not much sideline room on the other end as well.
No walls to smash into, at least.
Just think about the fact how incredibly difficult it is when you have the fastest players in the world on this small pitch and you still have to hit them at the right moment. They're coming at you at their incredible speed and you still have to hit the right spot. Ancelan picks up for France.
He's got Mbe Vogel. Mbe Vogel winds up back to Ancelan. Goes inside Boyon. Mbe Vogel. Tognetti almost, but Mbe Vogel leads one to Matias. It's too far. The throw not on target, and SuperTeam with a chance to break.
It must have been the adrenaline rush of getting that last catch.
Mikkel with the disc. Pick called from the stack as Tognetti comes out. Mikkel surveys what he's looking at upfield. Mikkel with his patented shimmy. Decran and now Volchak. Into the guts of Joe White. White goes to Volchak. Volchak, White, and leads to Mikkel. Mikkel winds up, delivers. He's got Decran versus Boyon. Decran wins again. Umber Grandma keeps the jam jars to get that one. Decran wins the battle and ties things up. That's a break back. I bet France are slightly less comfortable after that one.
Despite the defensive efforts, that was always going to be Decran's. It was a perfect read, a well-weighted throw. We'll see that one more time. Look at that huge wind-up, low release. It takes the perfect curve across the entire pitch. Both the defender and Toby keep their eyes on the prize. And it is SuperTeam that come down with a break. Almost 30 minutes into the game. We're gonna hit the last 15 very soon, and we're tied at 4. Couldn't have asked for more excitement than that.
We're getting it all right now. We are getting it all. Great matchups all across. This is what you come to Windmill for, these kind of matches. This is why Windmill's turning into one of the premier events. I mean, turning into it has been in the upper echelon of the premier events of the world. This year, just taking it even further through the roof. These kind of matchups are off the charts for Ultimate, and we love it.
Well, we really hope that everyone watching at home is enjoying this game as much as we are. It is just so fun to see these players finally enjoy proper competition. You can almost, when we are here on the sidelines, I can feel the thrill. I can feel the endorphins sort of dripping down from these players as they get shoulder to shoulder with their opponents.
And that pull rolled out. I thought it was touched, but it was not, so Ancelan will bring it up to the front line. And he'll meet Ferdia Rogers.
The Irish import currently moving to Berlin.
Ancelan. Goes inside, has Olivier. Now to Lacoste. She likes Ancelan, goes to him. Gaël Ancelan inside, Płotzakolski. To Olivier, Shaw trying to reach around the corner. Now back to Płotzakolski and Ancelan. Ancelan throws low, Lacoste. Looks up. Wants the around, gets the around. Inside to Ancelan. Ancelan again. Works outside, Olivier. Olivier goes to Ancelan. then low throw inside Fouquet. Leads Lacoste. It's hanging and it's taken down. The French convert, they hold and stay up by 1.
Wow, the French really worked the break side there. I mean, Ancelan just looking dapper with those inside flicks. He almost looked like he's dancing. It's like a little salsa move or a Spider-Man lunge almost. Look at that. And this one obviously a little too high, but actually Lacoste getting there nice and early, getting up high, and Ferdia Rogers making sure he doesn't cause any unnecessary contact. I think if he had gone for the big, tall, high layout, it wouldn't have been the greatest option there. So that was, again, great offense by France, no respect. They are keeping their lead. I actually am not sure, Steph, what the halftime rule is here now that we have the shortened games. If there even is a halftime, I think there should be, but we have our lovely volunteers that I'm sure are watching and will inform the teams accordingly, and hopefully...
France just scored and SuperTeam are being given the disc to pull, so
There
it
you
must
go.
be the halftime being implemented now.
It must be. Good eyes, Steph, good eyes.
So now you see the separation. SuperTeam playing defense, down 1, need 2 breaks to win.
We got cleats!
Well, we're saying hello to our friends in the chat. Feel free to keep the banter going. We are so happy to have you with us. Hello, EUF Treasure. Hello, Chopo.
Mbe Vogel. He goes to Fouquet. Lachi with Slusta draped upon her. Goes to Nas. Mbe Vogel. Those two have a wonderful relationship between Joe and Mbe Vogel. Across to Płatzakolski now and Fouquet. Coralie Fouquet goes low and there's the turn. Lev Kavalchak finds Tognetti. Tognetti has no mark, so waits for White to come back. White leads the backhand to Zhu. Oh, and Zhu gets a wobbler come off the hand and timeout taken. Zhu gets crossed up on the throw there and it's back in the hands of France for a timeout.
I think that's France's second time out of the game. That means they're out of them for the rest of the game. Not too much left on the clock, but as the teams huddle up and France recollects themselves for another offensive part of their game, we're going to take a little booth in the commentary booth.
I'm Steph Pazzo, and I must eat. Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater. On my ultimate travels in 2023, I sampled culinary classics from all across Europe. Oh, wow. Guided by some of your favorite ultimate players.
That's the Dutch hospitality for you right there.
I'll give you an insight into the secret spots that only the locals know of. Are these the best schnitzels in Vienna?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Go find Steph Pazzo on YouTube. Like and subscribe and follow the European Ultimate Must Eat series. Back in action from the timeout, the French turn it over immediately, and Volchak looks to convert, and they've done it! TOKAY SuperTeam making a burn and turn, and the French are chewing on that timeout. like it was some escargot.
Ouch. That one was very, very painful for France there. Valchak wasted no time picking up that disc that wobbled out of, I think, Fouquet's hands. And she just knows that White is there, and White just enjoys doing the little shimmy in the end zone to get around Mbappé Vogel. I was going to talk about that matchup between Nasser and Joe. It's gotta feel so weird when you're guarding somebody that is that much older than you.
Yeah, and it's much like Nasser's poppy to Joe, like after they played together.
And then they do the craziest things, and they're so good. It's such a different challenge than what people are normally used to. Really fun. It just shows that Ultimate really is for everyone of all shapes and sizes, and you just gotta find your groove. You just gotta find what your strengths are and play into them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's a place for people of all shapes and sizes to enjoy and excel in this.
And then you just message Steph and ask him to be on the SuperTeam next time.
Yeah.
How many editions are there going to be?
I'll probably keep it to 20 players. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Next year's SuperTeam is very much TBD. Lots to be determined. Mostly, is it going to happen? But I would like to believe that this was a successful campaign. And we would love to do it again and bring the hype machine as Lanchi gets out of the way. And the French, a little nerves showing there. Bouillon with the disc. Nothing to look at on Sled. On Sled, and Cupcake gets a foot block. Puts a piece of cleat on that. And Chulik gets it back. Kawabata. Down to Chulik, looked at him for a little bit. Then goes to Cardenas. Cardenas leads to Cupcake. Cupcake into Rogers. And SuperTeam have broken again. Quick and easy this time. The French are really feeling the pressure now.
Before I manage to say that France really needs to get this one, Ancelan decides to go against his usual sexy forehands and takes the around backhand. Chulit gets a hand on it, and right there in front of their own end zone, France loses the disc, and it takes a couple of skilled cuts and skilled throws, and that's a third break and second break in a row actually for SuperTeam. They are back in this game, leading for the first time actually, and we only have about 7 minutes left on the clock. That is crazy. Let's go. Let's make this even.
Good time to take a lead. Good time as well to hit the like button. It's a good thing to do right now. You might as well drag your finger across your trackpad or slide the mouse to that thumb. Hit the like button. If you don't like Cupcake's foot block, do you even have a heart? Hit the like button.
Well, there's plenty of things to be liked. I am checking out the bodies of these athletes as well here on the sideline, getting nice close looks at the muscles, be it the abs on the jerseys, be it the big quads, or what else? Bicepses. I guess that's
pectorals.
Pectorals.
The traps.
It's all there. And even if you don't have muscles and are a skinny person like me, or Ancelan maybe,
but
even Tognetti maybe.
SuperTeam's muscles are accentuated with the jersey design.
Exactly.
So even in our less muscular bodies.
Why abs stuff? Because it's a flex?
Yes, it's a big flex. And that one's gonna roll back. Eklund knocks it down and then picks up her assignment. Molnar's gonna wait for the youngster, Schmidt. Schmidt picks up and floats one, and Ava Bourneau really has to work just to get that one. Schmidt again. Schmidt goes to Begdo. Now Lison Bourneau. She winds up and zips it to her sister, and that's a beautiful layout by Ava Bourneau. Wow, what a play.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Let me see that one more time. Sister to sister. There isn't much more joy in Ultimate than a lovely point like that. They knew exactly what they were doing. None of the defenders anywhere in sight. And what a put. I mean, the wind has picked up quite a bit in the last few points, and that was just so fun to watch. Here's Schmidt with a that was a different throw from him anyway. Here's Bourneau, number 1. Chucking it to Bourneau, number 2. When I first heard about these sisters, it was in Diskin Camp, the first edition, I believe, and I was told that they have played for a local French team. That what their coach told them to do was they never forced one side on defense. They just defended everything. That was their strategy. So I guess maybe it's not a bad call for starting players, because look where you can end up, you know, playing world games or scoring points against the super team.
Yeah. Either way, very big resume moments. And the French set to pull Malvin Schmidt with the disc in hands. Rico knocks down the pull. Schulin picks up, and there is another zone to look at. Beaudry goes to Castillo. Castillo back to Beaudry. Beaudry finds Schulin. Schulin to Beaudry. Wind very much picking up right now. Zone for sure a good idea. Becker goes over the head to find Schall, and then inside to Schulin. Schall continues to be an option, straight back and forth those two. Now Becker is there. There was a free one, now it's back to Schulin. Schall, Beaudry, Schall. Forced to really move. Now Cupcake's got some room. The deep shot is on, but they're not taking it yet. Tab was giving an option, but it is the speedster. Lander de Cran gets it up the line, leads and gets a layout out of Becker Chagnot. Becker Chagnot goes inside. Schall catches it behind the body. Schall having a look, goes back to Schulin, straight back to Becker. Becker Chagnot to Schulin. Schulin fakes the flick, back to the back end.
Mismatch on Tulip.
Schall leads too far to Castillo, and there's the error.
That was incredible pressure from the French zone, especially the female markers doing an excellent job trying to force them into really tight spaces, and as they melt into match defense, they keep the mismatch even for a little bit. Berdet doing an excellent job on Chulet, and France got the disc now.
Oh, what a beat! Lander de Cran doing it again on the defensive side.
But Schmidt doesn't let that slide. He says he got hit on his forearm.
Let's have another look at that one. Lander has been flying around like a madman all weekend long. Here's another look. He did go through him after. He got the D clean, but definitely got some body as he rolled through.
And even if with the level of physicality played out in this game, I don't think you should fly into the person that is catching the disc unless they have changed direction, which Schmidt definitely didn't. So a contested foul, it looks like, based on the hand signals from the field. Fair decision if no one's had a good angle.
Schmidt with the disc to Begdem. Doing demo. Fenris gets moving. And that is always a speculator, and Schmidt just drops a sitter. DeCran lashes one up, and that one goes through Begdem and on the way to town. And good defense by Begdem.
Begdem saves the day for France. That was a nice piece of give and go action previously. the turnover. We see him signaling now that he needs people a little deeper.
Oh, and turned over. Baudry, DeCran on the line now. This wind is hectic. And there's a injury.
I think a foul.
A foul.
As the French defender signals that he got kicked while trying to pursue Toulet, who was streaking for the end zone.
This will stay with the TOKAY super team. Lander de Clan taps it in. Gets the toe drag by Tam and hands her up all around. That's a lead for the super team. 7-6 with about 45 seconds remaining.
So, looks like the time has gone.
Well, that was indeed the universe point, and we didn't even know it.
Oh my.
But what a great result in the end. Super team, their first lead, or no, not their first, but amongst their late leads, is one to take the win over the French.
Well, let me remind you that there was a 2-point lead at the start of this game for France, who opened up with 2 breaks, I believe. And so incredible effort. France has pushed Super Team the most so far out of all the teams that they have been up against. We said at the beginning, will this be a preview of the final? It still remains the question, but in any case, these 2 teams are currently the top-ranked teams here at this tournament.
So who will be first ranked after this game?
You want me to say it?
Yes, please.
You want me to say it out loud? TOKAY Super Team.
Oh, thank you, Rahel Toshnarova. What a wonderful game. It's been a great morning slot, short one. We got another one coming up soon. Don't you go anywhere. Thanks for joining us for Rahel Toshnarova. I've been Stefan Ramazzo. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
Ulti.TV.
Tomorrow comes, it's another day. So if you love something, let it go.